Is going on, Clippers fans? I am Chuck Mockler doing a solo stream. We might have Adam Osland and Will up in here, but I'm doing a quick post-game hang because the Clippers keep winning games that I'm not sure if they should have business winning. Sorry, just putting the stream link out. What a win. Drop your favorite performances and why was it Big Zoo? Just a wonderful, just like... I don't know. This team is incredibly fun to watch. They love playing for each other, if that makes sense. There's a camaraderie. The defensive intensity continues to be brought by this Clippers team. I don't know. I'm having a hard time. I know what we just saw. I'm fully aware of what we just saw. Michael Youn with the William Updike. With the William Updike proliferation. We absolutely love to see it. Zubac tonight, for those of you who missed it, for all the Zoo haters, 23, 17, and 6. He's the first Clipper since DeAndre Jordan to have 20 and 15 and 3 in 2 games in a row, I believe. I'm sorry, you were not first. Why not the Clippers? This has been a wonderful start. 3-0 would have been great. But getting both these wins on a back-to-back is insane. For shizzle badizzle, we are in business. Adam's also doing the radio right now. Go check out Adam on Clippers Talk. I just can't believe how good Ivica Zubac was. James Harden, fantastic as well. Someone's giving love to Derrick Jones Jr. His shooting, Derrick Jones Jr. was fantastic tonight. His shooting was there, 3 for 4 from 3. The hustle was there from Derrick Jones Jr. 2 steals. Clippers as a team had 11 steals in this one. And you absolutely love to see it. Yeah, this is incredible. Chunk. Yeah, when we finish a 3 seed, we said Chunk could be on the stream. So we'll see if that happens. Chunk, I hope you're not completely unhinged. I don't think you are. Who cares? I mean this in a very nice way. We don't need to worry about Terrence Mann right now. I mean that in a nice way. The shooting's been off for sure. The Clippers have won 2 games in a row. We just got to let it do its thing. Don't focus on Terrence right now. We just won in Denver and in wherever the hell they're playing, the Golden State games now. Thank you, Evil Bot. Thank you for bringing some positivity. The system is unlocking everybody. James Harden, he looked gassed towards the end. We'll talk about that. He didn't shoot well from 3, but he was 9 of 9 from the line, and he had 11 dimes. You know who had the second most dimes on this team? Ivica Zubac was 6. It's been fantastic. Harden has been everything that we were told he was kind of going to be in the offseason for this team, which is fantastic. Great point from Shizzle Bizzle over here. Quick hang. Sorry, putting the tweet out. Yes, T-Man usually starts off slow. And can we be happy that we're 2-1? Why are we focusing on Terrence Mann? No disrespect to Terrence Mann. Let's focus on the good things right now. We had a gutty performance late. Yes, Steph went down late, and they blew a lead. You better get used to this Clippers team blowing some double-digit leads because they look tired. That's just how this team is built. Mike Kim, you're going on timeout because you're annoying as hell. This is a team that the way it's constructed is going to do what we saw them do tonight, right? If they start off hot, there's going to be some double-digit leads. And then once halftime comes, once the third quarter comes, they're going to be tired. We saw that tonight. Curry goes out, which was a help for the Clippers. We hope he's okay long-term. But they were able to not get completely rattled, right? I'm unmirroring this. Sorry if everyone just had a brain fart right there. We're something like that on defense. I'll look it up, but it's also only been 3 games. Yeah, if you're in the chat just talking shit about Terrence Mann, you're getting put on timeout, which I think is the funniest thing you can do to adults in 2024. Win by any means necessary. That's exactly what this Clippers team is doing. That is 100% what they're doing. They're not shooting that well from 3. They shot 31% from 3, but they won the field goal attempt battle only by 2, no big deal. We lost rebounds. I believe we lost. We won turnovers. You know why we won turnovers? Because we forced a bunch of them, which is fantastic. I love it. I love it. Someone was talking about Chris Dunn in the chat. Dunn is very underrated. All the Dunn heads are being vindicated by what Chris Dunn is bringing the Clippers, which is exactly what we needed, right? We needed someone consistent on defense, going to bring that point of attack kind of dog or whatever new age term you'd like to use for that. But man, he was absolutely clutch tonight. Is Zubac top 10? Yeah, Zubac is absolutely a top 10 center. Look at what happens when he gets more time, more usage. Zoo closed this shit out tonight. It was huge what he did. Guys, we don't have to be divisive 3 games in. Let Chris Dunn be good. Let Terrence Mann figure it out. Yes. I believe AM Productions is talking about Chris Dunn. He should be closing games. Tyler's figuring stuff out. Chris Dunn, for what it's worth, played 28 minutes tonight. We're going to see games where Chris Dunn is playing, obviously, in this kind of 30-minute range and stuff like that. But God, what a game. Zubac said at postgame, we can play with anybody. We can absolutely play with anybody. With this defensive intensity, I'm very hyped up. With this defensive intensity and this buy-in, it's not just that the Clippers are, playing hard and things like that. They give a shit. They are bought into the defensive system that Van Gundy has brought over. Ty Lue is doing his best to figure out how to mitigate some of the offensive issues. The shooting isn't, as good as it should or maybe even could be. It's streaky, but if you can get some of these guys to be hot when you need it, it's great. The only person to shoot over 35% off more than 3 3-pointers today was Derrick Jones Jr. He went 3 for 4. Norm was 2 for 7. One of those was very clutch, very late. Harden was 2 for 12. KPJ 1 for 2. Not counting that because it was 2. Chris Dunn 0 for 2. Like, it's timely performances that are helping. Yes, on a back-to-back. When is the last time you remember seeing the Clippers play this hard the second night of a back-to-back? It's phenomenal. You absolutely love to see it. Yeah, let's go ahead and chalk this up to Alfredo as being the reason. One of his suggestions. I love that. Take credit, dude. It has been only 3 games, but Dunn is it's Pat Bev 2.0, who can maybe do more offensively. Pat Bev was a very good shooter when he was with the Clippers, but he's I think the Lob the Jam referred to him as a mini Batum, which I think is a great way to look at it, which is really awesome. You think they're going to change Clips projection this early? No, because it is the 3rd game. I'm very excited, but it is the 3rd game. I don't think they're changing the projections. Vegas always is weird with the Clippers on that, but it's just odd. Cheers to you, Metal Slug 26. I mean, I know who it's going to be, but drop your player of the game in the chat. Back-to-back. Yes. Fantastic. I mean, I don't know. We saw, and what's funny too is we saw Ty Lue trying stuff in this game. We saw them go 5 out. It did not work. They were trying to figure out the switching and stuff like that, and it just wasn't there. He made a change. Like, it was just good shit tonight. I can't get over that win. I don't, the Denver win was huge. You love the Denver win. Watching them come out and play incredibly hard the next day is awesome too. They have 2 more days off, which they absolutely need. It's an old team. Harden played 40 minutes and then he played 36 minutes. So they need the rest. Absolutely. But they fought and they scrapped and they got the win. So, yeah, I like this point from M7 MD Boy. The idea that Harden has to carry the team is not right. Harden is making everybody around him better, so he gets help when he needs it from his teammates the most. So I think the carrying, I think what you're referring to is kind of the scoring, which makes sense. We all kind of thought that he was going to have to carry the scoring. He is carrying this team in terms of distribution and being one of the two guys who can confidently dribble the ball up for this team. You can see it. He was a little gassed in this one late. They had, I think, Norm bring the ball up, and they had Dunn bring the ball up a couple times, and it got a little wonky, but they are working it out. I like this point about him getting help from his teammates when, the most. That's a great call. 21 Powell. Yeah, so Powell, again, not the best shooting night from deep, but the last three he made was incredibly timely. He made a long 2-2, which should have been a 3, but obviously we're all biased. This is a great point from X Mongo Project. Zoo played well even when Harden was out. We know that Harden has unlocked Zoo, and like that's something you can't really argue. And I mean that politely. He's one of the best point guards of all time. But Zeus continuing to play well when Harden is out just should make all of us feel better. Mike Kim saying Chris Dunn, player of the game. I'll entertain it. He was incredibly clutch. He was plus 20 tonight. Plus minus isn't a huge stat. Kevin Porter Jr. was 2 for 7, also plus 16, but he was very bad. Chris Dunn was the man. 6 points, 9 boards, 4 assists, 4 steals. That's that chunky stat line stuff you need. We beat them on their home opener. We spoil parties. The Clippers are so annoying to play this year, and I mean that lovingly. If you're brand new to this Clippers team, it's going to be messy, and it's going to be gross. They're going to bog things down, and hopefully it's going to lead to wins. It's led to 2 huge wins these couple of days. Zubac's playmaking has improved this year. Yes, he's always been, not always. Last year he was above average in the short roll for sure. This is the first time in his career he's had games back-to-back with at least, I think, 3 or 4 assists. It's just like he's getting it. Zoo isn't a guy who improves like this, right? Zoo improves like this very slowly, but he's at the top. And you love to see it. And a lot of that credit to James Harden. Credit to Zoo for working too. He had a great summer of international hoops as well. Dunn is the point of attack pitbull we've been missing for years. He's the other great part about Chris Dunn. He's kind of a known quantity, right? We know what he's going to do. He's going to bring great point of attack defense. He's going to move the ball when he needs to move the ball, hopefully hit some shots. There's been no adjustment period for Chris Dunn for this new team, which when you're a team full of new guys like the Clippers are, that's incredibly helpful for Ty Lue, that you just don't, what you're going to get out of Chris Dunn, which is he's going to play really hard. He's going to play great defense, and you don't have to worry if he's going to be on or something. Like Chris Dunn is a plug and play guy who's perfect for this Clippers team. And it's just been great. Don't know about this, but if you guys want to take it and run, go for it. Katie no longer means Kevin Durant. It's now Chris Dunn. I'm not sure about all that, but I do appreciate the enthusiasm. I don't know. This has been fantastic. Okay, I'm going to nip this in the bud right now. He didn't earn more minutes. In what world did a guy who goes 2 of 7 earn more minutes? He was bad. He's been bad. Let it go. He'll get his shot at some point. I don't understand saying he earned more minutes. He played 17 minutes. Get over it. Sorry, why we fucking don't talk about KPJ. Everyone else played better than KPJ in this game. Maybe except for Kai Jones. But that's fine. Chris Dunn to the moon. Do we still need a 10-game sample size? Probably. We probably need a 10-game sample size. This is just, man, pardon my French, what a damn weekend. Another double-double for Zoo. He's averaging 23 and 14, basically, to start this season. Absolutely love it. The other thing that we need to talk about, this is kind of a joke, I guess. Last year, the Clippers had a horrible slogan that was break the paint. And they actually are breaking the paint this year. They had 58 points in the paint against the Warriors tonight. I believe they had something like 40 plus against the Nuggets. They are killing teams in the paint. It's fantastic to see. And when you're a team that needs easy buckets, hey, easier to get them in close to the rim, I guess. It's been tremendous to start the season. What we were pitched starting this year in the training camp, the defensive stuff, trying to get stocks, all that stuff. We've heard that before. You know what I mean? We've heard that preached to the Clippers, and we didn't really get the full bill of goods in other years with what may have been better rosters. But this year, from the jump, we are getting defensive intensity, giving a shit to get back on defense for the most part by the guys who should be doing that more, who don't have as much responsibility on offense, and getting out and running when they're able to. They got beaten fast break points tonight. That's fine. It wasn't crazy. It was like by 4 points or something. But you look at 27 assists, 55 board, like 18 turnovers. Yeah, that's too many. But when you're forcing 21, it helps it out a little bit. The Zoo head fake to dunk. Yeah, put it on the elevators, whatever they're doing. I love this bit. Are we a superstar away? We are a superstar away. Thankfully, they have a superstar. Lying in wait, hopefully not putting pressure on his knee. But it does make you hyped to think about what this team will look like once Kawhi Leonard comes back. I'm sensing there's some nitpicking happening in the chat. Can we just bask in the win? There's always going to be more. There's always going to be more that you could want with this Clippers team. I understand that. Right now, come on. Thank you, Risky Thunder. Love that name. Oh my God. If you're only going to talk about KPJ, you're getting on timeout. We've got Goku and Stasis. Yes. Yeah, what was the quote from Norm Powell? Addition by subtraction was the quote that Norm Powell said about the PG thing, which is so funny. That is so petty, and we're all on board for it because Norm Powell is showing what has he said every year. He wants to show that he can be a starter. He wants to be an all-star, that kind of thing. He's being a starter, and he is helping the Clippers' offensive issues, which there are issues. You know what I mean? But right now, man, the way that this defense is playing, every game is inherently going to be close. You know what I mean? Every game, if you're bringing this much intensity on the defensive end, you're going to be in every game. You know what I mean? I think LA Clippers film was talking about this, but there's too much athleticism. There's too much good point of attack defense. There's too much good coaching for this team to not be able to make every game stressful. It's not good for all of our collective heart rates and coronaries and all that stuff. But it is good for the team because there's belief. You get close games by believing and by playing well. And the Clippers have both of those things to open this season, which is fantastic. Yes, bruh, respectfully, because that is your display name. Chris Dunn and Zubac were good today. They were phenomenal. There were so many good guys today for the Clippers. Derek Jones Jr., again, kind of getting a little bit better, getting a little more comfortable every single game in this one. Made them pay for leaving him alone on the perimeter. He's not going to shoot 75% every night, but it was timely buckets, and it was hustle. Jeff Van Gundy effect is being felt. It is, and it's being felt by everybody. We've heard Ty Lue talk about it. I think there's been a couple of players who they're asked, like, who's been the loudest guy on the team, and it's Van Gundy. Van Gundy is the exact kind of, and I mean this respectfully, the exact kind of basketball freak you need on a team like the Clippers. You know what I mean? He just wants the defense to be better and be so annoying to play against. Man, there's a lot of people who want Jordan Miller to play for Terrence Mann. I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm not pro it, but Ty Lue is not Ty Lue's not going to do that right now, I don't think. I do think if there is a change, there's going to be a change. It's probably going to be a mirror for Terrence, would be my guess, just in that rotation. I don't think you can start Nico because he's older. No disrespect to Nico. He's incredibly good. But I just think Amir, he's not as hesitant to shoot. Terrence has started the season rough. I'm also not defending Terrence Mann's play. It's just not been super solid. Yeah, and again, we're 3 games in. He's just got to get his groove back. He's a rotational guy. I don't think anyone rationally thought Terrence was going to be the number 3 scorer on this team. You know what I mean? He wasn't ever going to be that. The contract isn't crazy. He's got to get his groove back. It's a time where they're figuring stuff out. And again, I'm not saying Mann has been that good. It's game 3. There's going to be change. Hey, if you've been following this team, I think in about 7 games, you might see some changes. would be my guess, unless they continue to play well. So if you look at the minutes distribution, so everyone who's kind of upset at the Terrence Mann play, again, I feel you on that. I don't mean to discredit that at all because it's not like it's been electric. But you look at the minutes distribution here, and Ty Lue was trying to make things easier, right? Like, look at the minutes. Terrence Mann played 18 minutes in this game. He was not playing well at all. If you're only playing defense, you're probably only going to play 18 minutes. And if you're not shooting well, you're probably only going to play 18 minutes. Look at what Ty Lue did. 28 minutes for Chris Dunn. He figured out a way to work around it. Right now, there's ways to work around it, which is good. I'm not saying Terrence Mann has been elite or anything close to it, but we have a coach who's figuring it out. So I think that is helpful. I do agree with this. They should be 3-0. Come on. Who of us doesn't want them to be 3-0? I totally get that. Winning that home opener would have been sick on that James Harden bouncing rim one. That would have been fantastic. So the part about the Jordan Miller thing is Jordan Miller's not going to start for this team. I love Jordan Miller. I think he should get some run. I think you're also maybe doing Jordan Miller a discredit by starting him because that's crazy pressure to put on Jordan Miller. Jordan Miller is so good. He's too good for the G League. He should be getting minutes. I'm on board with that. I don't know if Jordan Miller's good enough to start. That's all I'm saying. There's some nuance here, which I think we should try and take a step back from. Okay, yeah. We will talk about this a little bit. We have to find the person who made D-Wade's statue. That was a statue of Morpheus, is what that was. Tim Kirk, what are you drinking? I'm going whiskey tonic. I've been traveling all day today, so I went whiskey tonic, kind of a brain dead drink, but it's very good and tasty after Clippers victory. Terrence Mann for I don't know if that's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's hard. I know there's things to nitpick. The team isn't perfect, obviously, but you know what this team is? Incredibly annoying to play basketball against. And that is exactly what the Clippers signed up for this year. They are a team of, and I mean this lovingly, dickheads. It's fantastic. You don't want to play against this team. What do we believe? So this is a fair question, Adam. I thank you for the question. This is a rational question from Adam Wicks. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. His ceiling, we've seen his ceiling. I don't mean that disrespectfully. We've seen his ceiling. His ceiling is a starter who is a pretty good starter. I don't know what else. Like, I think that's completely fair. You look at his per 36s, you look at all of this, it's all been the same. If he can get better and improve the point of attack defense as it's been, if he can become a more willing shooter, his ceiling doesn't get that much higher. Again, I don't mean this disrespectfully. His ceiling is a starter. Right? And I think that's completely fine. Yeah. X-Mongo Project, I would agree with that. Playoff rotation player. Starter. Like, he's not getting paid a bunch of money. Like, we don't have to pretend that Terrence Mann is like hamstringing this Clippers team with his huge contract. It's just fine. Someone posted something I want to talk about. Yes, this is the little shit you love to see. Chris Dunn and Derek Jones Jr. fighting over screens, doing little shit, not dying at the slightest amount of contact. I love it. I love this victory. I love the win over the Nuggets. It's just fantastic. I hope everyone on the stream can come to terms with the fact that Terrence Mann just is still going to be on this team. But it feels weird. Just don't be so upset about it, I guess. Thank you. This is stuff we need. Zubac is leading the league in rebounds. Unsurprising. If the Clippers leaning into their defensive identity this season, we should be good. Derek Jones Jr. done with Zoo as the anchor. It's solid. It's great. It's good. I think Ty Lue is going to figure this out. I wonder if we'll see it more on Wednesday. When they play the Blazers Wednesday. I'm about to wrap this up as well. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Usually the show, if you're new to the show, it's hosted by myself, Adam Oslin, and Will Updike. Come at you a couple times a week. I think we're doing a new episode tomorrow. I'll tell you when, Levibin, the perfect time to see more Dunn and Derek Jones Jr. minutes. Wednesday against a horrible Blazers team. I hope Ty Lue uses this time to kind of figure some stuff out. But I agree. Dunn and Derek Jones Jr. minutes, good time. Good time. Zual Sindor, never get tired of that. Do you think Thomas is faded? I love the enthusiasm, Thomas. Do you think we delay his Kawhi return if we overachieve early this season? No, but I think it makes it easier, if that makes sense. I don't know if they'll delay it because I don't think you could pitch to Kawhi Leonard that you could delay it. Oh my God. Oh, there's a guy in here who loves KPJ because there's a lot more important things to talk about. Who could forget Clippers legend Mike Muscala? We absolutely love it. It's fantastic. I think, wasn't it Jerry West was he was at dinner and he said the whole table laughed, which is very funny. Yes, Clippers defense is fantastically fun to watch this year. It's great. It's good shit. It's great for defensive basketball fans. Okay, I have to head out. Thank you to everyone who hung out. We're gonna have an episode out tomorrow, talking just the back-to-back with myself, Adam Oslin, and Will Updike. Thomas, love this. Clamp City. We're finally Clamp City. When did we get that nickname? 4 years ago, and it's finally coming to fruition. We love to see it. But yeah, we'll be back with a full episode for y'all tomorrow. Thank you to everyone hanging out. If you want more Clippers talk, go over to Clippers Talk, the YouTube channel. Adam Oslin is on the radio right now for AM 570. I'm going to be talking on the radio in a sec. Thank you to everyone for hanging out. We'll be back. What a wonderful weekend for Clippers fans. Let's carry this momentum into work. If you work with any Warriors fans, make sure you let them know what the hell happened. Here's to some more great games like this. Let's beat the damn Blazers and keep this. Let's get a real win streak. The next step is win streak.